Yeah, they were supposed to give us like some. They were supposed to give us something, but
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, and welcome to the campus of Rowan University for today's New Jersey Athletic Conference game with New Jersey City University. Introducing your starting lineups. First for the Gothic Knights of New Jersey City. Starting at one guard, 6'2", junior from Newark, number 2, Denzel Banks. Also at guard, 6'1", junior from Camden.
Wozniak said she was trying to get us stuff, but I don't know. What?
I only have stats.
Yeah, that's all they said they were gonna get. It was just that. But whenever you're, let me know.
I can't do it.
Yeah, I have it muted.
And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome inside SB Gymnasium on the campus of Rowan University, where the Rowan University men's basketball team here to take on the New Jersey City University Gothic Knights, a rematch of last year's NJAC championship game where the Profs were able to win over the Gothic Knights and capture their first NJAC title in a long time, which led to a great postseason berth and a first-round victory in the NCAA tournament for the Profs. And I'm Mark Castelli alongside my broadcast partner, Tony Fedori, here to bring you all the men's basketball action. This game coming after the women's basketball team got a big victory over the Gothic Knights women's program just a few moments ago. And we're getting ready for tip-off as Deontay Ba gets set and able to win the tip over top of Quadri Moore. Jerry Price starting at guard with Connor Dickerson for the Prof. Deontay Ba into the basket with Austin Carney. And Dickerson gets it going early with the fadeaway jumper.
Smooth bucket right there by Dickerson to pull up and get the jumper going early for the Profs.
Malik Sanders also in the starting lineup for Rowan. Jersey City with the ball. Jumper knocked down. That's Denzel Banks, the Gothic Knights' leading point getter. 17.5 points per game. That's 7th in the NJAC. And Connor Dickerson called for a travel at the RU. And it'll be a turnover on the Profs, their first of the game. Starting lineup for Jersey City, Denzel Banks and Adonius Melvins Jr. at guard. And here's Banks from three. No good off the rim. Rebound brought down. It's Sam Toney. And he gets a fadeaway jumper to go. NJCU with the lead. So Sam Toney underneath the basket for the Gothic Knights alongside Quadri Moore. Jumper no good from Carney. And also out there on the court, Caton Darley. Whistle blown, foul called on Jerry Price, his first. And Toney got some bad blood between these two teams. Obviously, we know what happened last season where the Profs were able to steal the NJAC title away from the Gothic Knights on the road in Jersey City last year. Matt Green hit the go-ahead three-pointer off a pass from Deron Curry.
Yeah, that was a big-time bucket coming in clutch for the team. Wasn't one of their go-to leaders, but really stepped up in that big moment.
Underneath the baskets, Ba takes a dribble and loses it. Rebound corralled by Sam Toney. Toney pulls up from deep and knocks it down.
Yeah, a couple sloppy possessions by the Profs early on, leading to some buckets in transition for NJCU.
Profs trailing by 5 early. Jerry Price, nice dribble drive, layup, no good. Couldn't get it to go. Rebound brought down by Melvins Jr. Melvins Jr. pass out to Sam Toney, who knocks down the deep three, and Sam Toney already terrorizing Rowan early on in the first half.
There's some deep buckets right there by Sam Toney. Nothing much they could do about it.
Connor Dickerson drove in for the layup, but the whistle was blown before the shot.
Here on the replay, turnover by the Profs, taken in transition by Santoni. Just dribbles, pulls up with the hand in his face from deep.
Toney really does have a sweet stroke from beyond the arc.
Yeah, looked unfazed right there with the man in his face.
Carney, spin move, layup, got it. Profs finally answer after the Gothic Knights went on a 10-0 run after the Profs scored the first basket of the game. Kicked out, three-pointer from the corner, no good. Rebound brought down by Ba, and then Carney gets the loose ball. Outlet pass to Sanders from the RU off the rim. Ba gets the board, gets it poked away by Banks. It will be Profs ball still in the offensive end.
Good attempt there by the Profs right there. Just weren't able to get it, but still maintain possession. Looking to make something happen on the offensive end now.
Malik Sanders finds Price. Price driving in, can't get the layup to go. They're actually going to say he lost control of it. Wasn't even blocked away. It's a turnover on Jerry Price and Gothic Knights possession.
And he was arguing that call there. It looked like he wanted the foul call or the ball to be off the other defender, but he's not going to get it awarded. Nice steal by the Profs.
It's Ba losing out. Now driving in, layup, and it's good. Coming from Caton Darley. Price. Step back three. Got it. Deficit cut to 5, a 12-7 lead for the Gothic Knights early in the first half. Up top to Banks. Banks underneath. Finds Moore. Moore. Spin move, layup. Couldn't get it to go, but he got the foul, so he'll head to the free throw line for 2 shots.
Moore had the positioning down low early on Ba, and he was able to make his way under the basket, get by him. There's nothing Ba could do that would just keep his hands straight up, getting the foul called on him.
Moore misses the first free throw. NJCU as a team on the season, the 4th best free throw percentage in the NJAC, shooting just a tick under 70%. Moore knocks down the second, and it's a 13-7 advantage for the Gothic Knights. Rowan 3-2 on the season, Gothic Knights 3-3. Both these teams having underwhelming seasons considering where they ended up last year. Both teams, of course, making the NCAA tournament. As the pass goes awry and out of bounds, it'll be NJCU ball. Another turnover on the Profs. Banks Guarded by Price, underneath, finds Tony. Tony in the post with Dickerson, tries to get big, and Tony banks it off the glass.
Yeah, he's been the hot man this first half of the game. Already has double-digit points. Start him off.
Kicked out to Price in the corner. Air ball brought down by Moore. Now here's Banks driving down the court, and he'll get the easy, uncontested layup in transition. NJCU now up by 10. NJCU picked to win the conference in the coaches' preseason poll. Profs were picked to finish in 5th place. Three-pointer from Carney off the front of the rim. Rebound brought down by Dickerson. Throws it off of Banks and keeps the possession with the Profs. A heads-up play from the sophomore guard.
Great hustle play right there by Dickerson. They need a little more energy out there, and hopefully that can get them started. Down 10 points right now, 17-7.
Well, Tony, you talk about energy. Connor Dickerson brings exactly that to the team. Last season, came off the bench to sub in for Rob DePersia, and we all know how important the DePersia twins were to the team last year as Carney knocks down a three from the RU. But Connor Dickerson really a spark plug in his freshman year, and now taking over starting guard roles into his sophomore year. Layup converted by Darley.
Tough bucket right there to get.
Spin move by Green. Layup no good. Rebound brought down. Down the court is Banks. Banks pull-up jumper from the free throw line. No good. And Price brings down the rebound, but there's a push on the Profs. It will stay with Jersey City.
Fortunate call right there for the Profs. Would have had a transition opportunity. Dickerson gets called for the push in the back, as you said. Arguing the call, but not going to be awarded.
Loose ball. Gotten by Calhoun. Ball finds its way to Jeff Haddock, former Prof. Spin move by Moore. Layup. Got it to go. And the Profs are going to call a timeout.
Check out the replay right here. This is the second time Moore's gone down low and is being bought in the post. Something they're probably going to look to continue to do for New Jersey City.
The 30-second timeout for Rowan. And right now, Tony, Profs trailing by 11. Getting bullied on the boards by Quadri Moore, the senior center, 6'9", out of Linden, New Jersey. And also Sam Tony really doing it from beyond the arc.
Yeah, he's been dangerous so far. The whole team as a whole for NJ City looks like they're just clicking offensively. They look like they want it more than the Profs right now.
Certainly do, and out of that timeout, we're going to send it courtside with our sideline reporter, Kayla Santiago. Kayla, what did Coach Crispin have to say?
Coach not too happy about how the Profs are starting off. He says they need to get better in transition defense and need to get those rebounds and opportunities. And he wants those shots to fall. He said just keep taking those shots because they're going to fall soon, but make sure we're being spot on with that transition D and those rebounds. Back to you, Mark.
Thanks, Kayla. And the transition defense has been the problem for Rowan. Lots of points in transition for this Gothic Knights team. Let's see if they can get some points out of the timeout, and Ryan Legler gets it going with a three-pointer. Deficit cut to 8.
That was a big-time bucket right there. Hopefully it sparks them.
Athletic layup put up by Calhoun, couldn't get it to go. Matt Green drops it to Legler. Another three, couldn't get it to go, but he's fouled on the shot, so he'll go to the line and get a chance for all 3 points anyway.
Check out the replay right here. Kick out three by Legler. Nice bucket out of the timeout for the Profs. And then in transition, Matt Green, to get it to the hot hand right now. Dumps it off to him, gets fouled on the three-point attempt.
Ryan Legler knocks down the first. Legler was another player on last year's team. Junior guard this year, was a sophomore last year out of Stone Harbor, New Jersey. Came off the bench for the Profs last year and was a really big impact player. A spot-up shooter that can really hit from any range you can think of on the court.
Yeah, this team this year has a lot of range. They look like they can shoot from all perimeters on the court, deep, corner. The team looks like to be a quick, fast-paced offense with a lot of shooting this year.
Legler. Chance at another free throw. The final one. Misses it. So the deficit stays at 7 points. Legler was only able to convert 1 out of the 3. Calhoun to Haddock. Haddock trying to call a play, guarded by Legler. Cross court to Banks. Dickerson on Banks. Banks driving in, screen set, pass underneath, loose ball, picked up by Carney. Green, dribble move, driving in, tried to dunk it on 2 defenders, but just couldn't get it over the top. And pass underneath, and a layup converted by Calhoun.
There's that transition defense the Profs wanted to fix up.
Green driving in again, left-handed layup, got the finger roll to go. 23-16, Gothic Knights with the advantage. Banks in the corner underneath the Calhoun. Loose ball picked back up by Banks. Now checking into the game for NJCU, Tariq Holmes, the junior guard out of Jersey City. And he has the ball. Holmes underneath. Step back jumper from Haddock. Couldn't get it to go, but he'll go to the line for 2 shots as he was knocked over on the play. It's on Ryan Legler.
He's that transition attempt from New Jersey City. Blow bys their man, an easy layup attempt. Legler thought he was going to go to the corner with it and gambled on it. So it's a wide open bucket for New Jersey City.
Haddock at the free throw line, knocks down the first one. As we mentioned earlier, Jeff Haddock transferred from Rowan to NJCU. Senior shooting guard out of Las Vegas, Nevada, went to Willingboro High School in New Jersey. Haddock misses the second free throw, so can only convert 1 of the 2. It's an 8-point lead for the Gothic Knights still. Legler gets the screen from Carney, leaves off for O'Leary. Carney from deep. Air ball off the backboard. Doesn't even touch the rim. Banks driving in, layup, no good. Rebound, putback, still not good, and brought down by Carney, and his pass intended for Legler out of bounds. Turnover for the Profs.
Yeah, just a sloppy play right there. They've already committed at least 5 turnovers in this first half for the Profs. And that transition defense, it looks like they're still slow getting back. They almost had another opportunity for NJ City to score.
Oh, Rowan needs to take care of the ball. Already a few turnovers. Yet they're still in this game early on, only an 8-point deficit as loose ball corralled by Jonathan Hevelo. Driving in Carney. There's a whistle on the play. Still going to stay with the Profs. Foul on Michael Clement, and he'll be checked out of the game for the Gothic Knights. Coming in, Sam Toney. Not the man the Profs want to see coming into the game, as Sam Toney, truly the definition of an All-American in Division III men's basketball.
Yeah, hopefully that time on the bench was enough for him to cool off that hot streak he had to begin this first half.
Well, the Profs will certainly hope so. And still waiting to get the ball back in play as the referees over at the scorer's table. Don't know if they're talking about putting time back on the clock, or maybe there was confusion as to who the foul was on. But as of right now, Tony, an 8-point deficit for the Profs. They started off very slow. After making the first basket, gave up 10 unanswered points to the Gothic Knights before they were able to score another bucket. And obviously, that stretch run for New Jersey City is what's keeping the gap where it is.
Yeah, after that quick 10-point outburst that really happened very quickly, that happened with multiple threes and transition buckets. Since then, it's been a pretty even game. Neither team is really standing out offensively, a little sloppy with the ball on both sides. But the Profs really need to inch their way back in, still down 8, and find a way to get things going offensively and defensively.
Now we're finally ready to get the ball back in play. Matt Green will inbound for Rowan. Green underneath finds Ba. Ba double teamed, kicks it out to Legler. He thought about pulling up from deep, but instead decided to hold on to it. Legler now pulls up from the RU. Hits the front of the rim, no good. And a double dribble. Called on Tariq Holmes, a turnover. Profs will get the ball.
Fortunate break right there by the Profs, but it looked like it was caused by the pressure trying to get the ball afterwards.
Ball looking for O'Leary. It's able to get there. Ryan O'Leary guarded by Haddock. Out to Green. Green, uncontested three off the back of the rim. Rebound. Ba has it. And now whistle blown. 2 shots for O'Leary at the line. Foul on Calhoun, his second. Ball inbounded. Green fakes a three, drives, baseline, goes for the slam, no good. Instead it goes to O'Leary, and he couldn't hit it. Tony brings down the rebound. Layup, and it's good. Denzel Banks.
That dunk would have converted by Green. Might have been a tone setter for them, but unfortunately went in transition, as we see on the replay right here. Going in by Banks, takes the contact, puts it up with the right hand, and gets the bucket.
Now a 10-point lead for NJCU. Malik Sanders checks in for the Profs. Out there on the floor for Rowan now, Deontay Ba, Ryan O'Leary, Ryan Legler, Malik Sanders, and Jonathan Hevelo. Sam Tony will have shots at the line. Looks like a technical foul was called on the Profs. Technical foul believed to be on Matt Green. That's what it says over on the scoreboard. Didn't really see him do anything malicious, so it had to be something that he said.
Yeah, it just looked like out of frustration, and you could see it on the Profs bench as well when he went on for that dunk. There was a lot of contact there, but no whistle was blown. He was certainly not happy with it, along with the coaches and teammates.
O'Leary to inbound for Rowan. Legler up the court, finally crossover half court, screen set by Ba. Hevelo with it, driving in, left-handed layup, off the glass and in, and he got the contact. He'll go to the line to try and convert the and one.
Great move right there by Hevelo to blow by his defender. Had a quick first step on it. See on the replay. Dish off from Legler. Takes him just baseline right by him. Nice contact, finishing at the rim.
You gotta love the hesitation right there from Jonathan Hevelo, the 6'5" senior out of Sicklerville, New Jersey. Converts a three-point play, and it's an 8-point difference.
Pops are keeping it tight. They just got to edge closer.
Three-pointer knocked down. And deficit back to 11. Hevelo has it. Underneath, looking for Ba. He's triple team. Layup. Got it. Got the floater to fall. Deontay Ba. That's one of his favorite shots, getting that fadeaway floater.
Oh, yeah, it definitely is for him.
And a three-pointer, no good. Off the hands of Holmes. Around Holmes goes Sanders. Sanders underneath the Hevelo. And Sanders has it in the corner. Cross court to O'Leary. O'Leary guarded by Moore, drives in, layup, off the glass and in, and the Profs starting to cut into this deficit basket by basket.
Great take right there by O'Leary. Now they force a turnover on the defensive end. We go on the replay. Offense was stagnant for a second on the break, but then Leary drives in, takes his man off the dribble, gets the contact and the bucket.
A whistle on the play. Sanders will go to the line for two. Sam Tony gets his first foul of the game. Gothic Knights is the team with 6 fouls. Profs with 5. As Malik Sanders knocks down the first of 2 free throws. And right now, the way this game started out, it looked like the Gothic Knights were about to run away with the contest early on, but the Profs have since shut down NJCU over the past few minutes and gotten some points on the offensive end as the second free throw no good. Three-pointer from Haddock, no good, but he's fouled by Legler, and Legler is furious.
Yeah, the shooter right there looked like he might have extended his legs out, accentuated the foul a little bit, but he gets the call.
We have a timeout on the floor. It's a full timeout. Timeout by NJCU, head coach Mark Brown. And with that, we're going to take a quick step off. Be back in just a moment. Back here inside SB Gymnasium, Mark Atzelli alongside my broadcast partner Tony Fedori. Right now the Profs trail the New Jersey City University Gothic Knights by a score of 30-24, a 6-point lead for NJCU. And with that, out of the timeout, we're going to send it courtside to our sideline reporter Kayla Santiago. Kayla, what do you got for us?
Coach Crispin saying keep attacking the rim. We are right there, only down by 6 points. Let's keep going and try and get a lead on this game, especially before going into the half. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Kayla. And halfway through the first half now, Tony, and we know the 6-point deficit. Rowan starting to heat up from the field. NJCU getting colder by the minute. But with a guy like Sam Toney on that roster, anything can happen and heat up at any moment.
Definitely, but as you said, besides that first minute or two outburst where Sam Toney kind of took over the game in the beginning, it looks like the Profs have been in control. And with these non-call fouls and the fouls that are getting called on them, it seems like they're starting to get a little more energy, a little more aggressiveness in their style of play right now. So as long as they can limit that transition offense, they can take full advantage and get the lead.
And Haddock so far knocked down 2 of his 3 free throws as he was fouled by Ryan Legler before he went into the timeout as he was shooting a 3-pointer. And going to convert the final free throw, Haddock knocks it down. He gets all 3 points and a 9-point lead for NJCU. Jerry Price checks into the game for Rowan after that timeout. Came in for Ryan Legler. It's Ryan O'Leary. To Sanders, underneath. Ba tries to put a shot up, and he's fouled.
Yeah, strong move right now. Past couple plays have been going on the ball down low, and he's been able to either convert his buckets or getting fouled at the line like right now.
Quadri Moore gets called for the foul, his first of the game. First free throw from Ba knocked down. And free throw shooting is the area where the Profs need probably the most improvement. Shooting just 64% from the free throw line as a team. And when it gets later into the season, that's when free throws really start to matter, especially in those postseason contests. And I know we're only now 6 games into the regular season with this one as a shot off the backboard, rebound brought down by Hevelo, and he gets tripped up, loose ball on the ground. Hevelo comes out with it with Price. But free throws are getting more and more important as the season progresses on. Price driving in, layup, no good, but he'll go to the free throw line as he draws the foul.
As you said, continue with the free throws. Jerry Price is now going to go to the line with some more free throw attempts for the Profs right now. They're being really aggressive, not settling for perimeter jump shots, getting to the rack, either making their buckets or getting fouled at the line for free throw attempts.
Jerry Price got that little shimmy, 5'7" guard out of Philadelphia, PA, attended Penwood High School. And Price, a transfer this year, basically taking over the #1 point guard role that Rob DePersia left when he graduated last season.
It's definitely added a different element to the Profs roster this year with a little bit of swagger.
We have a stoppage on the court. Once again, a referee over at the scorer's table, along with one of the NJCU coaches. Looks like Mark Brown. And we're just going to have to wait for Price to shoot his second free throw. It's 33-27. Profs still trail. And Jerry Price, being a transfer guard, the Profs lost a lot of players we had talked about to open the season when you and I were on the call for the Cairn University game where the Profs got a victory in the home opener of the 2019-2020 season this year. And we had talked about it. You're losing Rob and Nick DePersia, the twin brothers, and Ramon Wright, Deron Curry. All those guys were in your starting lineup last year. It's a new-look team for Rowan. There's still a lot of youth on this roster. They had some older players transfer in. And right now, not too bad, 3-2 on the season. But the big thing is they're 2-0 at home, and we know how important home court advantage is for these Profs.
Yeah, as you're saying, definitely a new-look roster. There is some returning players like Dickerson and Green, who were key players last year for the Profs when they won the NJAC championship. But this team, like you said, revamped really with the 2 transfers coming in. It really helps stabilize the team with the older players and bringing in that youth with the younger players coming in. A nice fast-paced style of offense and defense.
Still trying to figure out what's going on over there. Looks like the confusion, according to our sideline reporter Kayla Santiago, is one of the NJCU coaches is trying to figure out the fouls. He's arguing that they're not marked down correctly. Certainly nice to have somebody that we know working for us courtside to help us out with all this stuff, because from our broadcast position, we're on the complete other side of the scorer's table. Usually you see in professional sports in the NBA, the broadcasters are in the scorer's table. Yes. They have someone in their ear the whole time. But with the new setup we have with sideline reporting, Kayla, it's kind of our fly on the wall over there on the far side of the gym.
Yeah, it's really nice to have her on the sideline reporting, getting some nice insight and details to the game from the coach's point of view and the players.
She always does such a good job for us, and Kayla will be here for a few more years. And one of the we were talking about players that transferred in for the Profs. How about players that transferred in for the Gothic Knights? Quadri Moore, 6'9", center, 220. And it's the first time that we've seen him go up against Rowan, and he was a big part of what happened in the early minutes of this game when they went on a big run, pulling down rebounds, putting back baskets. He's been all over the place all game long, still on the defensive end as well.
Yeah, he's got 6 points on the night to go along with a rebound as well. Been very efficient for the team. And then on the Prof side, it's been a very even scoring game. Leading scorer on the Profs right now is Kearney with 5 points, but multiple players have 4 points, 2 points, 3 points, all around effort where the team as a whole is just really trying to come together and play as a team right now and really hone in on the defensive end.
And what was silence here in SB Gymnasium, mainly because a lot of people had no idea what was going on, is now everyone's chattering and talking about basically whatever until we get play resumed here. And you see head coach Joe Crispin talking to one of the officials over there on the sideline. Looks like he's laughing it up a little bit, having a good time.
Looks like things are almost settled. Profs walking back onto the court.
You'd have to hope things are settled. It's been a pretty long delay. It has to have been at least 3 minutes or so, maybe more, of us sitting here, and now we're finally going to go back to play.
There we go.
Jerry Price back at the free throw line, made the first of his 2, now trying to convert the second. So NJCU had 8 team fouls, but now that total has been reduced to 7. So whatever the confusion was, it was for good reason, and that's why it was fixed up there on the scoreboard.
Hopefully this long duration of being off the court doesn't ice Jerry on the second free throw attempt.
Well, there's the shimmy again. You love to see it. And he misses the free throw. Ball goes over top the net. Who gets possession? It'll stay, exchange hands and go to the Gothic Knights, unfortunately. A little bit of the curse of the commentator there from Tony Fedori. It's exactly what happened. Iced him at the free throw line, but he did make the first. It's a 6-point deficit for Rowan. Backing down in the paint. Tony got the layup and one as he flexes the muscles. Got to be careful. You're really not supposed to flex the muscles at the college level. You can get a technical foul.
He is a little smaller, but just a strong body down low. He's able to outmuscle his defender. And he'll now have 13 points on the night, looking for his 14th at the free throw line.
Well, Tony shooting 100% from the field and also adding 2 rebounds. And he knocks down his free throw as well. Sanders inbounds it to Dickerson. He's guarded by Tony. Hevelo picks up his dribble. He's got to get rid of it. Pass to Price. Price pushes a man aside. He's guarded now by Holmes. Price driving it on Holmes. Layup swatted away. Combination of Tony and Quadre Moore. Here's Quadre Moore. Moore cross court. Three-pointer from Darley. Off the rim. No good. Dickerson brings it down. Profs go in transition. Dickerson will slow it up. He's got Banks on his back. And Banks called for the reach-in.
Nice take by Dickerson there to be aggressive and strong, knowing they're in the bonus right now, so he's going to get his free throw attempts at the line.
Profs are in the bonus. So Dickerson will get a 1-and-1 opportunity at the line. 36-27 is your score. Gothic Knights with the lead, and Dickerson can't convert the free throw.
It's the free throw woes right now. Could come back to hurt the Profs later on in this game.
Quadre Moore, cross-court pass, finds Darley. Loose ball into the backcourt, and it is a backcourt violation. Turnover for the Gothic Knights. Profs get the ball. And I was wondering why Connor Dickerson just stopped running, but he realized he never touched it, and neither did any of his teammates, so it was a backcourt.
That was a good defensive effort and rotation by the Profs. They front guarded the low post man, denying all ball access down low.
Carney gets the inbound pass from Sanders. And now just leaves it off for Malik. Ba calling for it underneath. Instead, it's ball finds way to Dickerson. Price driving in. Loose ball poked away. Picked up by Darley. Darley up the court. Euro step. Layup swatted away by Ba. Now Price down the court, layup no good, rebound, put back by Deontay Ba off the fingertip. Cross bench wanted a walk on Quadre Moore, they didn't get it. 3 fake, now they wanted an up down, and Sam Tony gets a jumper, no good. Profs bench on their feet twice, they wanted 2 calls, didn't get either one.
Didn't get either one, but questionable call right there by the referee. After getting 2 non-calls by the Profs, they get called on them immediately, which looked like it might have been a foul, or he just kept his pivot foot, but they call it.
It's going to be a turnover.
In transition, Gothic Knights, Euro, but then swatted down, which would lead to the point in transition for the Profs.
Deontay Ba got that block and then got those points in transition for Rowan.
Running the court.
Darley finds Tony, step back 3 in the corner, no good, rebound brought down. Kick back out, now Darley from downtown, he knocks it down. 39-29, Gothic Knights a 10-point lead. Dickerson gets fouled going around the perimeter. I believe it was on Quadre Moore reaching in. Those long arms. His second.
Second time now Dickerson's been able to dribble drive and get the foul called on him to get free throws at the line. Converts on the first one. Looking to make it 2 for 2 now at the line.
Substitution for Rowan. Ryan Legler checks into the game. Deontay Ba will exit, most likely pushing Austin Carney into the center position. On the court for Rowan as Dickerson makes the final free throw. Converts both, an 8-point deficit. Legler, Carney, Dickerson, Green, and Sanders, the 5 on the floor for the Profs.
Very guard-heavy lineup right now for the Profs.
Three-pointer from the corner, knocked down by Nazir Scott, the freshman guard out of Glassboro, New Jersey, and Glassboro High School. So the hometown kid coming in today wearing the wrong colors. Profs convert a layup on the other end. And Tony answers with another 3.
Anytime the Profs inch their way back within single digits, the Gothic Knights just find a way to score and keep that lead up for them. Right now they're up to 12.
Dickerson driving in, swatted away. And they're going to call a foul on the play. Michael Clement, the 6'6 center out of Sicklerville, New Jersey, was the one that got a hand on it. And from up here, I think that was a clean block.
It did look like it. Dribble drove here on the replay. Looked like 25. Clement got a little too much body involved with that block attempt. That's what they're going to call it for.
It's hard to see from that camera angle because just as the block was happening, the ball exited the frame, so you couldn't even see if the hand actually hit the ball. But first free throw knocked down. Dickerson converts the next, and 10-point deficit. Sanders able to steal it away, driving down the court, layup blocked away. Dickerson with the putback.
Nice follow-up by Dickerson right there to convert the bucket after the missed layup by his teammate. Profs bringing the pressure now defensively.
Clement up top to Melvins Jr. Melvins Jr., step back, fake, spin around, and a travel. Called on Scott, the hometown kid.
All start with the defensive effort in transition. Missed, but Dickerson's right there to pick up the loose end and get the bucket for the Profs. Cut the deficit to within 8 now.
We have a timeout on the floor. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep things here. 45-37. NJCU with an 8-point lead over the Profs here in Glassboro. I'm sure it would mean a lot to these Gothic Knights. Obviously, we were able to talk about what happened last year in the NJAC final game where the Profs were able to win the title on the home court of the Gothic Knights. The Profs would love to get a little bit of revenge because this is the first time these two teams have faced each other since that game.
Yeah, that atmosphere in that game isn't the likes of the one right now early on in this season, but still a very important game. Like you said, they want revenge. And they're both 1-1 in the NJAC right now, so whoever loses will fall below 500. So important game for both right now to stay ahead in the standings.
And out of that timeout, we're going to send it courtside to Kayla Santiago. Kayla, what's new?
Coach Crispin saying do not let them shoot beyond the arc. Play as much defense as you can. Make them dribble and drive because that's where they're getting most of their points is behind the arc. And as we saw, guys, they're being a little bit more aggressive in this ending of this first half. So just keeping that defense up. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Kayla. Connor Dickerson, step back jumper, no good. Rebound brought down by Calhoun. He'll hand it off to Melvins Jr. But Coach Crispin certainly realizing NJCU starting to heat up from beyond the arc again as Melvins Jr. faked the shot and then put it up, couldn't get it to go. And Tony from 3 with a hand in his face. Didn't get the friendly roll, almost did. Dickerson drops it off to Green. Under 5 minutes left to go here in the first half. Green loses the dribble, layup from Carney, got it to go. Heads up play from the big man Austin Carney to grab the loose ball and go right to the rack.
Yeah, it looked like Green just lost the ball right there, but there might have been some sort of communication for him to lay it off. So we'll go with that one.
Melvins Jr. driving in. Got Legler on him, hook shot, no good, rebound. And it's a foul on NJCU, even though the Profs came out with the ball. And it's on Melvins Jr., and he's asking, how is that a foul?
That looked like a good box out by the Profs to get inside positioning. And that was just a reach over trying to get the board by the Gothic Knights. And Profs are awarded with more free throws, as stated earlier, that they're in the bonus right now. Green had the box out, and so did Legler. Looks like he just reached over him trying to get that board. That's what they're going to call.
Well, Melvins Jr., that was his first foul. Profs will get some free throw attempts. It's Ryan Legler in the double bonus, so even if he misses, he gets another one, but he'll knock down the first anyway. Only 5 points separate these two teams as we're under 4 minutes and 25 seconds in the first half. Legler misses the second. With the rebounds, Darley, and he brings it up the court. Ball held up by Holmes. Darley found his man underneath in Calhoun. Calhoun driving in, can't get the shot to go, but he will go to the line for 2 shots.
Nice take right there. That's what the Profs want. They want them to drive in, but on that one, they weren't able to keep their hands straight up, causing the foul on Calhoun.
Jameer Calhoun, junior power forward, 6'5", out of Manchester, New Jersey. Knocks down the first free throw. And New Jersey City. Calhoun knocks down the second. The Gothic Knights have made the NJAC final 2 out of the last 3 years. And they're looking to make their way towards that game again. It all starts early on in the season. You got to get off to good starts if you want to get that far, and Profs looking to do the same. Layup, and it's good from Kearney. Three-pointer from the corner, no good. Rebound brought down by Legler.
That was good transition defense right there by the Profs, closing out quickly on the corner 3.
Green underneath to Kearney. Kearney triple team, looking for someone to pass it to, finds Legler. Good ball move behind the back pass from Green to O'Leary. Air balls it, rebound from Darley. And Dickerson runs into Darley. It'll be a foul on the sophomore.
Yeah, no question there. Just trying to fight for the ball, but that's what they want out of your players. Nice find right here. Quick catch, scoop layup by Kearney right there.
Just saw Mark Brown, the head coach of New Jersey City, get up off the bench, give his guys a little bit of a clap, trying to tell them, got to knock down these free throws, and Darley's going to be the one to have to try and do it. Brown, 13th season as the Gothic Knights head coach, 199 and 133 record in 332 games. And if NJCU able to win tonight, they'll be awarding head coach Mark Brown his 200th career win with the team.
Tremendous effort and feat for any coach at any level. Be really impressive if they can get that here tonight for them. But the Profs aren't going to make it easy. Only down 6 right now with 3:15 to go in the first half.
Well, Darley made the first, couldn't knock down the second. It's a 6-point lead for the Gothic Knights. Underneath to Kearney, layup, and it's good. Ryan O'Leary with the nice pass finds the big man driving in towards the hole. Underneath is Tony. Got 4 guys on him, couldn't get the shot to go. Rebounded by Malik Sanders. Has Tony coming in behind him. It's O'Leary. O'Leary kicks it out. Green finds Legler in the corner. Off the rim, no good. Loose ball, pulled down. Darley and Legler fighting for it. Darley gets away with it and passes to Holmes. Holmes up the court, driving in, layup, got it. Give Ryan Legler the credit for trying to stay with that play. Just couldn't quite rip the ball out fully in the tussle with Darley. And whistle blown on Matt Green. It's a travel.
Yeah, frustrated on that one. He thought he pulled it back in time. Here on the replay, we got the transition. Just blows by his man off the glass. Nice bucket by him, taking it straight to the hoop.
Lack of communication from the props. There was a man open in the corner. Matt Green was the one that rotated over, but he was the only thing in the center of the lane that was going to stop Holmes from driving in and getting the layup to go.
Yeah, you're always taught, get the ball first before you go to the other man who doesn't have it.
Lack of communication led to that bucket. It's a 6-point lead for the Gothic Knights. Sanders' pass intended for Ba, intercepted and taken away. Tony driving in, layup, got it to go and the contact. But from the reaction of the props, it's an offensive foul on Tony. He lowered the shoulder.
Yeah, the props had their feet set on that one. Looked like Legler was the one that had his feet set and drew the charge on that. We're going to the replay. Tony blows by his man, goes in. Carney was the one who got the charge, actually. Way to get his feet set down low.
Carney set the feet. Got it to go. Here's Ba, contested layup, no good. And Malik Sanders is looking around, trying to show Deontay he was wide open in the corner.
Yeah, he was definitely wide open, but taking free throw attempts is a good consolation to that wide open three that he might have had.
Well, props need to hit these free throws. Big part of trying to get back into this game. Ba on the season from the free throw line, shooting above 80%. So Deontay Ba, one of the best free throw shooters on the props.
That is very good.
Granted, makes the first one. Looks to be a small sample size, only taken 5 free throws coming into this one. He misses the second. There's a whistle on the play. Foul called on Ryan O'Leary, and because of the foul count for both teams being at 10, NJCU's in the double bonus. They'll have a man shooting at the free throw line. It's Sam Toney.
Yeah, the props right now are 12 for 18 in the first half from the free throw line, just 66% on the night, while the Gothic Knights are 10 for 14 shooting 71%, so a couple ticks better than the props, but neither one doing amazing.
Sam Toney knocking that free throw down, giving him 18 points on the night, 6 for 11 from the field, with a couple of rebounds as well. Second free throw, no good. Rebound gotten by Carney is almost taken away by the Gothic Knights. Under a minute and a half left to go in the first half. O'Leary holds it up. Double teamed on the perimeter now, just one-on-one. Price calls for the screen from Carney. Driving in, leaves it off for Sanders. Carney from deep, off the front of the rim, no good. Loose ball gotten by Tony. Tony driving in, pass underneath, layup, and it's a foul called on Deontay Ba.
Yeah, hard foul called right there. Good play set up by Tony, getting his man the open look, which then got him the free throw attempts here.
They're going to say Carney was the one that got his hand in there. At the line for the Gothic Knights, Jason Garcia. Misses the free throw. Garcia, freshman out of Jersey City, New Jersey, 6'2". Checking out of the game's Austin Carney. Coming in for Carney is Jonathan Hevelo. Second free throw made by Garcia. Under a minute left to go here in the first half, 52-45. Gothic Knights with the lead. Price. In the corner to Hevelo. Can't get it to go. Rebound brought down by Holmes. Holmes down the court, gets it stripped away. But Jerry Price has called for the foul. He thought he got a clean strip. It's not a foul.
Might have been a kickball, I think, on that steal attempt by Price.
That's what it would have had to have been because no fouls called. Both teams in the double bonus. So good eye there, Tony.
That one was definitely a kickball right there.
That one a little bit more obvious than the last, but once again, Tony Fedori with the inside information. Checking into the game for Rowan, Ryan Legler. Jerry Price will exit. 32.8 left on the clock. 52-45. Gothic Knight advantage. Holmes to Garcia. Underneath, layup, swatted away. Shot clock's unplugged. Sanders to Hevelo. Hevelo gets that one swatted away, but they're going to call a foul. And the NJCU bench is livid. And so's so's Scott, the man that it's on.
Get a closer look on that replay right here. Take it straight in. From this angle, it looks like the block looked pretty clean right here on that view.
Hevelo can't convert the free throw, and the woes at the charity stripe for the Profs continue. But yeah, it looked like a clean block to me as well, which makes sense why the NJCU bench was incensed and why Nasir Scott was walking away shaking his head with his hands on his face. Hevelo trying to cut the deficit to 6 right before the half. Knocks down the second, and he does. Shot clock unplugged, bringing the ball up the court for the Gothic Knights is Holmes. Three-pointer from Darley. No good. Rebound brought down. Green. 2 seconds. O'Leary's got to put up a shot. And he couldn't get it to go. Even if the shot went in, it was still too late on the hands. Obviously, he didn't see the clock. And that's where we'll end it at halftime, a 52-46 lead for New Jersey City over Rowan. And Tony, the Profs, started off slow, got things going later on. They still trail by 6 points, but NJCU was able to be shut down by Rowan for a short period of time, and that's how they were able to pull themselves back into the game.
Yeah, after that quick outburst by Tony, which got them to that 10-point lead very early on, he had his way through the rest of that first half, putting up nearly 20 points in that first half on just him alone. But you got to look to the deficit right now by the Profs, largely due to free throw shooting at only 13 for 20 right now in the first half. It's not going to cut it at 7 free throw attempts. They make all of them right now. They hypothetically be up 1 point right now. So really got to hone in on those free throw shooting and just defensive transition right now. They're a little slow getting back off those missed shots. They got to get in front and stop their men.
Yeah, that was a topic we had talked about, trying to focus on knocking down those free throws, but at the half, 52-46, Profs trail the Gothic Knights. We'll be back here inside SB Gymnasium with second half action in about 15 minutes. Once again, make sure you stay tuned for the men's basketball game, 52-46 at the half, right here on RowanAthletics.com.
What's black and white and red all over?
Black and white, red all over. Black and white, red all over. I'm not sure.
I would say a zebra.
A panda with a red hat.
That's a tough one. Black and white, red all over. I have no idea.
A nun falling down the stairs. I don't know.
What is black and white and red all over?
Newspaper.
A book? Yeah, I bet. A book?
What's black and white and red all over?
I know this answer. It's a newspaper.
one word, if I had to describe Trifecta Therapeutics,
if I had to describe Trifecta in one word,
it would be empower.
The purpose of Trifecta Therapeutics would be to empower the athletic community.
I just really like the population of having active individuals and people who really want to get back, doing whatever they could to get back and want to be part of that process.
We want them to feel like this is an environment where they belong and where they're going to get the best possible care.
This is a professional environment. They're all working with their doctor, physical therapy, but I want them to be comfortable and fun.
Not only do we want to rehab you from your injuries, we want to get you to an optimal place as an athlete.
My clients are also there. They're active, they're hungry, they all want to get back to something.
They're focused and they're dedicated. That's a perfect combination.
If you really want to be challenged and get to your goals faster, that's why I would say come here.
Diving in college taught me to strive and be the best athlete I can be, but also the best student I can be. My coaches always made sure that the student comes first, because not everyone's gonna become a professional athlete. So they make sure that we will do great in academics. I knew that would only open the door to my future, and I'm really excited to start my dream program for physical therapy.
My favorite emoji is the little, the flirt face, like the, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
the smile.
Oh, definitely the red one with the tongue, the tongue sticking out. It's like,
what if it's a fire emoji? I'll just point to my hair.
You know, like the kissy face, but it's not actually blowing the kiss. It's just like that one.
Favorite emoji, and you have to make the face.
It's the sneezing one. I like the sneezing one.
I can't do it. It's the upside down emoji. I'm not turning upside down, so.
The little smirk, like the that one. Probably the hard eyes, but I can't really make that.
See, I like the one where you got the glasses on, but I don't got glasses to show it.
Angry emoji.
I just wanted to get good grades and to do well. But it also made me realize that I have a lot of career goals.
You're there to get a full college experience, not only participate in your sport, but participate in things outside of that. And it's all about growing as a person.
My coaches have helped me with figuring out who I really am. Their lives are dedicated for us to succeed.
What would be the worst of buy one, get one free sale of all time?
Buy one, get one free sale. That's tough.
Oh, that's a good question. Oh my gosh. Egg rolls.
Where's buy one, get one free sale? A car.
I mean, I'd say cat, like a kitten. I hate cats, so I ain't buying one. I guess clothes.
I don't know, coloring books at Barnes & Noble.
Buy one, get one insurance for life.
Gum. Buying Chick-fil-A on Sunday.
A coffin.
Being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
It's not just about basketball, or it's not just about school. It's about developing yourself as a person altogether.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete.
My greatest personal discovery has been that I am capable of doing things that I didn't know I was capable of doing.
To be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, all of those things came together very nicely in one package in Division III.
If animals could talk, which animal would be the rudest?
Probably cats. Cats are the worst.
I don't know, maybe like a raccoon. Because they, I don't know, aren't they known for like stealing stuff? They go and they just like run around and run off with it.
Probably a hyena.
Llamas.
Giraffe. I feel like they sassy.
Porcupine. Porcupine.
If animals could talk, which animal would be the rudest?
Oh, a cat. Probably a donkey. I don't think they'd be very happy.
I don't know. Porcupine.
Probably a raccoon. The rudest animal would probably be a dinosaur. Just because they're big, they can do whatever they want.
Football has taught me a lot throughout my life. It's definitely had a huge imprint on who I am as a person. Competing at a Division III level created that opportunity for me to go to college. Not only was I the first one in my family to graduate college, but I was really the first one to even go. Being the first one, I'm breaking that cycle, and now that I've graduated, I'm not sure what's the next step, but I know I have a lot of doors open. And a lot of those are open because I played football and ran track here at Otterbein.
How old is Coach Crispin?
42? I don't know. I would probably say around 40 or 50.
Man, he probably 45, almost 50.
I think he's 40. 40.
He's 39 or 40.
40? 38?
How old is Coach Crispin?
40.
40.
25.
How old? 35?
I'd say like 40. 40 or 41.
How old is Coach Crispin?
Like 40, 41.
480 months.
I learned a lot of valuable lessons playing college football. I never thought about the health benefits of exercise until I actually started to talk to coaches in college. It's not only just for performance, it's for life. My coaches instilled the importance of well-being, not only building up strength, mental health, getting enough sleep, eating properly is all what it is to be healthy. I decided that I want to go into personal trainer and share my knowledge that I obtained in college about physical and mental well-being.
And back here in SB Gymnasium on the campus of Rowan University, I'm Mark Epstein alongside my broadcast partner Tony Fedori, getting ready to start second half action here between the Rowan University Profs and the New Jersey City University Gothic Knights. Right now a 52-46 lead for the Gothic Knights, led by Sam Toney with a game-high 18 points for the senior. And the Profs, as a team, they've been struggling from the free throw line, shooting 65% from the line on the game. And both teams in their lineup drills getting ready for second half action. Right now, Tony, if there's one thing that you saw in the first half you think the Profs need to improve on the most out of everything, what do you think that is?
I think one thing they just need to improve on the most would probably be just limiting the fouls, and the turnovers would be probably the biggest key, and keep up that high intensity and energy that kind of faded away at some points throughout the first half. When they had that high energy, were pressuring, they were really able to cut down the deficit and bring the game back.
And with all that being said, thank you very much, Tony. And we have Kayla Santiago courtside with Rowan Profs head coach Joe Crispin. Actually, we don't anymore, as it appears Coach Crispin had to go, unfortunately. But we'll keep things here then. And you saw on the screen with the graphic, it was Austin Carney and Sam Toney, the leaders for both teams. Toney with 18 points, Carney with 13 on the game. We apologize for the technical difficulties. Well, we're here, ready for second half action.
Yeah, along with that team high 13 points for the Profs, Carney also has 7 boards to go along with it, leading the team in that category as well. And he also has 1 steal to go along with that defensively. He's been an all-around player tonight, looking to keep it up in the second half as we get started and just shortly.
Profs going to need to make some adjustments. I'm sure that they had plenty to talk about at the half. Coach Crispin always has words of wisdom for his players. Same thing for head coach Mark Brown of the New Jersey City University Gothic Knights. Speaking of Coach Crispin, he's in his 4th season as the head coach of the Rowan University men's basketball team. 55-32 record coming into the season. As the coach, he was assistant coach on the men's and women's basketball teams from 2014 to 2016. From the area, went to Pittman High School and attended Penn State University, where he was a 4-year starter in Happy Valley. Big Ten All-Conference team twice in his career, ended with almost 2,000 points as a Nittany Lion. And to start things off, a travel called on NJCU. Profs will get the ball off a turnover to start the half.
Yeah, it was great pressure right there by the Profs. Right off the inbound, they were right up on the man. Forced that turnover quickly.
Jerry Price. Guarded, leaves it off for Sanders, who finds Dickerson. Dickerson driving baseline, step back, tries to spin, can't get loose. Carney to Price, 8 on the shot clock. Jerry Price driving in, layup no good, rebound by Moore. Darley up court, finds his man in Banks, who gets the layup to go off the glass.
It was a really nice tight pass right there to get it into Banks, just off the hands of Sanders.
Dickerson driving in, no good, rebound by Ba, and he puts it back. Banks, baseline, gets it poked away, and Dickerson tried to pick it up. And Banks called for the foul, going for the loose ball, and he's upset about it.
Looked like the right call to make by the refs, and it's 2 forced turnovers already by the Profs to start the second half. Looking much better defensively.
That's the 3rd foul on Banks, which shows why he's so upset. So early on here in the second half, he gets 1 more foul. He's going to have to sit out for a long period of time, or else they risk him getting a 5th foul, and he'd be done for the game, but still got a little bit more wiggle room. He has 3 fouls on the night. Price. Sanders for 3. No good. Rebound. Ba tried to get it, and he hit the deck hard. The whistle on the play. There will be a foul on somebody. Trying to see who they're going to give it to.
He hit the ground pretty hard there. Good thing he was safe on that play. Got up, and no problem. Price is going to inbound it then for the Profs.
Sam Toney got the foul on that play. He's got 3 fouls as well. So NJCU has their 2 best players in foul trouble early on. Price from downtown. And the lead cut to the slimmest of margins at 3 points. And a steal. Carney up court has Price, catches and gets the layup to fall. It's a 1-point game. Timeout called by head coach Mark Brown. He wants to talk it over, and the Rowan bench is loving it.
Great play by the Profs right there. Already forcing 3 or 4 turnovers already to start this second half. Here's the bucket in transition by Jerry Rice from 3 on the deep right side. And here was the forced turnover by Carney in transition. Gets up to Price, who lays it up. Big bucket right there.
Jerry Price scores a 3 and then a 2, so 5 unanswered points just from Jerry Price alone. It's a 1-point game, 54-53. And coming out of the timeout, we're going to send it courtside to our sideline reporter, Kayla Santiago. Kayla, what do you have for us? And looks like some technical difficulties, unfortunately, with the microphone. Don't know what's going on there, but we're going to have to move on in the coverage. Thanks for the effort, Kayla. Try and get that sorted out, and maybe the next time out gets you back on. There's Moore. Quadri Moore. Step back 3, no good. Rebound brought down by Sanders. Price. Layup, no good. He draws the foul, so he can go to the line and give the Profs their first lead since the opening minutes of the game where they went up 2-0. They've been trailing ever since.
They have been trailing ever since, but this second half, they look like a whole new team right now. Borson, as I said earlier, multiple turnovers. Prior to that 3 that Jerry Price made a couple possessions ago, they were 4 for 14. So it was a nice sight to see them make a deep ball here in the second half early on.
Price knocks down the first free throw. 11 points for him, make it 12 after that free throw. 4 for 7 from the field.
6 straight points by Price already. Looking to make it 7 here on this run.
That free throw for the lead, no good. We got an even ball game at 54 points apiece. Darley in the corner. Loose ball. Great hustle play by Melvins Jr. Darley gets it back in the corner. 3 from Banks. No good. Gets his own rebound. Tries to put a layup back up. Swatted away. Quadri Moore comes out with it. Now ball at the perimeter. It's Darley. Jumper from the free throw line. No good. And the Profs finally pull down a board. Sanders to Dickerson. Carney fakes the shot. Price for the lead. No good. In transition, Toney spots up from 3. No good. Rebound brought down by Malik Sanders, and he finds Dickerson. Profs trying to catch him in transition. Underneath, Ba's shot. No good, as no fouls called. They're just going to say he lost control. It'll be a turnover.
And no argument right there by Ba. Looks like he knows he just lost control of that ball when it came into his hands. Gothic Knights possession as they bring it up the court.
Holmes. Pass intercepted by Dickerson. He almost gets tripped up. Now Toney driving in. Jumper. Got it.
Silky smooth jumper right there from the mid-range. Showing off great touch with that stroke.
Jerry Price brings it up the court. Price layup, good. All knotted up again, this time at 56 points apiece. Pass almost intercepted by Ba. And now it goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Gothic Knights.
Here on the replay, Price bringing it up in transition, changes his tempo, double crossover into the middle of the lane, gets the bucket for the Profs right there.
Deontay Ba exits the game.
Looks like he's a bit shaken up right now on the sideline.
Talking with the athletic trainers over or by the bench. Checking in for Ba was Matt Green. Three-pointer from the corner. No good. And a foul called, I believe it's on Connor Dickerson trying to box out the man when he went for the rebound.
That is definitely the call right there by the refs. Profs are not happy about that one. They thought he was in position and didn't get it.
Tony leaves it off for Darley. And foul called as Darley drove in. He didn't put the shot up. Looks like it's going to be a blocking foul. So Matt Green. Rowan's second team foul. Green's second individual foul as well. Ball inbounded. It's Sam Tony. Tony to Darley. Banks. Pass underneath. Loose ball taken away by Dickerson. Profs have a chance to get their first lead since the opening minute. Dickerson driving in. Layup for the lead. No good. And layup on the other end. Converted. It's Calhoun. Sanders. Carney for three, no good. Holmes to Tony. Tony drives in. Fadeaway jumper knocks it down. Just when the Profs pull it even, Tony, NJCU is able to get some buckets, and Rowan all of a sudden goes ice cold.
Yeah, as you said, they brought it back, but now all of a sudden it seems like that gas they had to start this second half has kind of slowed down a little bit with some of these calls that are happening. They got to get back into that high energy defense they have, and they were forcing those turnovers. That's when they were getting the best looks offensively, and they were able to set their team up defensively how they want it.
The Profs just turned it over again, so inbound play coming from the Gothic Knights, 60-56 lead for NJCU. Ball inbounded, brought up the court by Holmes. Calhoun holds it up top, looking for people rotating. It's Tony. Step back jumper. Air balls it, rebound by Banks, no good. Put back again, still didn't get it. Now it's brought down. Here's Legler up the court. Profs down by 4. Price driving in, layup. Foul called. And Jerry Price is going to the line.
Darley is shocked on that call by him right there, but there was definitely contact when he went to the rim to go for that layup.
Foul's on Darley. It's his first foul individually, 4th team. They're not going to award free throws to Price. They're going to say he didn't get the shot off. Sanders. In the corner to Green, no good. Now a loose ball hits off the foot of Tony. Malik Sanders pulls it up. Layup contested, no good. But he'll go to the line for 2. That one was certainly a shooting foul.
Definitely was there on that one. That's probably why Darley was so upset early on that call, knowing it wasn't in the shooting motion, which it eventually was rewarded in just an inbound. But Sanders right now going to the line for free throws.
Oh, Malik Sanders shooting 50% from the free throw line, makes the first one.
after that make free throw. That's his second point tonight. Been a bit quiet offensively, but overall been a good defensive player and rotating, finding his open teammates for looks.
Sanders knocks down the second. It's a 2-point deficit. 60-58. Gothic Knights on top. Holmes. Pass intercepted in the corner. Here's Sanders. Pross with a three could take the lead. Green holds it up underneath. Tie game. Bah gets the hook shot to go off the glass. It's 60 points apiece.
Great feed right there by Green just to keep his composure and find his open man as we're getting almost double teamed.
Jumper from Holmes, no good. Rebound from Clement. Swatted away. Foul called. And Clement goes to the line for two.
Right there, that quick little bounce pass by Green. Throwing the hands down afterwards, saying, keep it cool, we got this.
So Clement at the free throw line for the Gothic Knights. Michael Clement, a freshman from Winslow Township High School, makes the first. NJCU as a team on the year, just under 70% from the line, fourth best mark in the NJAC. Clement misses the second. So any type of bucket here for Rowan gives them their first lead since the opening minute. Ba underneath for the lead. Call for a travel.
Ba smiles as he walks away. He knew he traveled on that play. Shuffled his feet, moving his pivot foot. Unforced turnover by the Profs right there, but they get it right back.
Ball goes out of bounds. Profs defensive pressure forcing that turnover. And Tony, that's something the Profs have really turned on here in the second half, that defensive pressure.
They've been much better defensively, and that's really what's geared this second half comeback for them.
Inbound pass, Ba to Legler. Green fakes the shot, drives in, kicks it out. Legler has it, leaves it off. O'Leary underneath. Green fakes the shot, and it's good. And that's the lead. And now foul called. And it's, who's it on? Price was signaling it was on Holmes. And then Coach Crispin put his hands on his head. So they're calling a foul on Ryan O'Leary.
Legler with the drive. With O'Leary. Then Green pump fakes, get his man leaning, trying to get that block for an easy layup afterwards. First lead of the night for the Profs, up 62-61.
Interested to see how O'Leary was involved in that last play, getting the foul called on him. It looked like it was all Jerry Price with Holmes, just like it is now at the perimeter. Handed off, Haddock driving in, layup, floater, no good. Rebound brought down by Green. Profs finally have a lead. Underneath, Ba with the slam! You can't stop the big man underneath the basket. Layup going the other way. Converted by Holmes. Ball goes out of bounds, turnover.
It's quite a transition of plays right there by both teams. Here on the replay. Green pushing it up. Nice bounce pass between two defenders, and then Ba flushes it down. Crowd is hyped, so are his teammates right there.
Deontay Ba threw that one down with some authority. Profs up by one. Ball pops up in the air, and it went in. No basket on the play, but I can honestly say I've never seen anything like that in my entire life calling basketball.
That was something that doesn't happen, as you said, ever.
The referees are talking. They may be thinking if they're going to call it a basket or not.
It looked as though the one ref signaled once Green touched it with his hands. We can see on the replay if it went up and hit the pole at the top. It does look like the wire bounced a little bit once the ball reached the top. That's why they're calling it out of bounds, no bucket.
That is absolutely bizarre. I'm glad we got that one on film, because that's something to look back at and just kind of just makes you wonder how that even happens. But they're going to say it did hit the wire, which is holding up the net, so it does not count. Basket no good. Gothic Knights will retain possession, however. 64-63. Rowan with the lead, and we didn't know if we were going to be able to say that throughout most of this game. It was all NJCU, not necessarily taking over the game, but every time Rowan got just close enough, NJCU would start to pull away again, and then finally in this half, as we're about 12 minutes, 14 seconds left to go in the half, Rowan finally was able to get over the hump and get their first lead since the opening minute. Darley. Pass underneath. It's Clement. Clement off the glass, no good. Rebound, he gets it back. Put up again. No good, but he'll go to the line for 2 free throws. Michael Clement giving the props fits underneath the basket, pulling down rebounds.
Yeah, that was just straight effort by Clement right there to get his own miss, put it up through contact, and get free throw attempts there. Even though he didn't convert, still putting fouls on the players of the profs.
Clement knocks down the first. Clement gets set for the second. Can't get it. O'Leary. He loses out, gets it taken away. Charging up the court, Holmes, and he couldn't get the layup to go. Game tied at 64. Legler for the lead, no good, off the rim rebound. Brought back down, Carney underneath. Fadeaway jumper, couldn't get it to go in off the glass. Holmes wide open from the RU. No good. Loose ball deflects off the Gothic Knights last. It'll be a Rowan possession.
Yeah, right there seemed like there was a little strategy by the profs right there just to let them shoot that ball. They were not worried of his deep range ability on that play.
Dickerson brings the ball up the court. Pass underneath, right through the hands of Austin Carney. He and Dickerson exchange a low 5.
Yeah, that was some impressive moves right there by Dickerson, splitting his defenders, getting the nice pass off, but Carney just wasn't ready for it. A little too quick through his hands and out of bounds.
Ball in the corner. Underneath from Calhoun, finds Clement and gets the hook shot to go. NJCU back up on top, 66-64. Outlet pass almost intercepted by Clement. Dickerson was looking for O'Leary. You look at the field goal percentage. NJCU 23 of 55. Rowan 22 of 49. Rowan's been the more efficient shooting team. Whistle on the play.
Yeah, as you were saying, the second half, the Profs are outscoring them by 4 points right now. And they're holding the Gothic Knights only 35% shooting. So really good defensively.
Ball put back in play. Dickerson with it at midcourt. Dickerson in the corner. Legler drives. Dickerson got it back, drives in, layup, got it, and the foul. Connor Dickerson will go to the free throw line. If he converts it, Rowan's back on top.
On this replay right here, little give and go exchange. Dickerson takes his time, blows by his man. Defender tried to set up for the charge, but he couldn't get there in time. Bucket and one for Dickerson.
Dickerson can't make the free throw once again. Proust really struggling from the free throw line. Layup, no good. Rebound kept in by Carney. I think they're going to say his foot stepped on the line. Substitution will be made. Melvins Jr. back into the game for the Gothic Knights, along with Denzel Banks. Banks over to Darley. Darley gets it back from Melvins Jr., but then gives it right back underneath. Melvins Jr. Floater, no good. Rebound. Banks brings it down, kicks it out. Three-pointer from Calhoun, got it.
Just unfortunate turn of events right there. The Gothic Knights got a wide open look and convert, putting that lead up to 3 for them.
Driving in, Hevelo couldn't get the slam to go. Whistle blown. Foul's going to be called, so Hevelo will still get to go to the line.
Great save by Banks to keep it in, find his open man Calhoun, who's just wide open. Props were not expecting him to get that board and outlet to an open man.
Hevelo at the line for 2. Props trail by 3, 69-66. Hevelo knocks down the first. Under 10 minutes left to go in the second half. This is the time where the Profs need to make sure they take advantage of every offensive opportunity they get, especially the free ones from the line. Hevelo knocks down the second.
Already missed 9 attempts from the line tonight. Really could be game changers once we come down close to the final minutes.
Banks. Underneath, Clement. Got it. Three-point game. NJCU still on top. Price floater. He got it.
That was an impressive bucket right there by Price, getting it over his taller defender. Now the pace is being picked up a little bit.
Profs almost get the steals. It's poked away. Deontay Ball check in for Jonathan Hevelo.
That previous shot by Price, we're about to get a look at here. Splits his defenders. Quick shot, looked like he should have got the foul. That's what he wanted after that.
Melvins Jr. underneath to Clement. He's been terrorizing the Profs down low. Clement, hook shot. No good, but now Deontay Ball's in there to suffocate him underneath the basket. One basket could give the Profs the lead again. Ba, jumper. No good.
He doesn't take too many of those outside of the paint.
Banks calling a play. Swung across. Darley in the corner. Darley. Right-handed dribble drive. Got the layup to go, but the basket's waved off. A foul's going to be called before he made an attempt at the basket. In case you're wondering why Sam Toney's not in the game for NJCU, he has 4 fouls. So right now, especially with the Gothic Knights still having a 1-point lead, they're trying to save him as much as they possibly can for the later minutes. And as you see on the screen, Toney 22 points, 8 for 14 from the field, including 3 3-pointers. On the other end, the Profs are led by Jerry Price with 16 points, 6 for 10 from the field, 2 for 4 from beyond the arc. These two seniors really leading their teams today, Tony.
Yeah, because Tony's been out and on the bench right now, it's really what I feel like spearheaded this comeback by the Profs. They don't have to worry about a go-to scorer on the Gothic Knights. The last couple possessions have really just been them pounding it down low, getting a couple baby hooks.
And coming out of that timeout, we're going to send it down courtside with our sideline reporter, Kayla Santiago. Kayla, what do you got for us? And it still looks like for some reason the mic's not working. It's unfortunate. I was really intrigued to hear what Coach Crispin was going to have to say out of the timeout, because now it's crunch time.
It really is, you know. Game's been really tight, only one possession game. Could be a repeat of the NJAC championship from last year. Coming down to a game-winning shot or a final possession is what it looks like.
Well, if the Profs would love it to be a repeat of last year's NJAC final, they walked away victorious with the title. But only time will tell. We'll have to see. First free throw knocked down from Darley, 72-70. Now the score, Caton Darley, 9 points, 3 for 8 from the field and 4 rebounds. And Darley knocks down the second. 3-point advantage. 3-pointer ties the game for Rowan. Still plenty of time left on the clock. Any basket helps. Dickerson for the tie. No good as he fell backwards. Up the court. Driving in. Bangs dribble move. How about that? Some shifty ball handling from Denzel Banks. Go out of bounds.
After that bucket by Banks right there, you know, they're starting to extend that lead just a little bit right now. The Profs going to have to close it shortly before it gets out of hand. Down 5 points right now, 75-70.
Well, Price didn't get the shot off in time, so it'll be just an inbound play for Rowan. Both teams should be in the bonus now. 3-pointer from Sanders, no good. Outlet pass, Calhoun driving down, layup. Couldn't put the jam home. And Banks gets the rebound.
That was great hustle by Price to get back in there, even being the smallest guy on the court. He got back in time and stopped that dunk from going in.
Dickerson was pleading that he didn't touch it. Thought it should have been a backcourt violation on Melvins Jr. And Banks hits the jumper. Sanders was driving in, got fouled on his way in. And he'll go to the line, shoot a 1-and-1. Well, we were tied at one point. Now it's back up to a 7-point lead for the Gothic Knights. Some cold shooting from the Profs. And some great transition basketball from NJCU. Sanders knocked down the first. Knocks down the second as well, 77-72. Today's game is the 126th all-time meeting between Rowan and NJCU. NJCU leads the series, 64-61. Shot blocked. Put back, and it's in. Profs can't catch a break.
Yeah, right now the Gothic Knights on a 9-2 run, looking to stop them. Gary Price from deep. Misses.
No good. Rebound. Loose ball. Price gets it back. An opportunity for the Profs, and Price almost passed it out of bounds. And Sanders will go to the line. Timeout on the floor. It's going to be a full timeout. So we're going to send it to a quick break. We'll be back here in just a moment right here on RowanAthletics.com.
Biggest pet peeve. People misusing the like you are and like your, you know what I mean? Like on social media, I hate that.
People that chew with their mouth open.
Tanning. The sun.
I don't like when people chew gum loud in my ear.
Biggest pet peeve.
Ooh, tapping on the desk when I'm in class. Yeah.
Liars.
Pennsylvania drivers.
What's your biggest pet peeve?
When people talk to me too much, asking me random questions. I'm not really the dude that does small talk. You know, like just ask me something so I can keep it pushing. Yeah.
So me.
Yeah.
Back here inside SB Gymnasium, home of the Rowan University Profs on the campus of Rowan University. And Profs right now trail 79-72 over to the NJCU Gothic Knights. And right now, finally going to be able to send it courtside. Our sideline reporter, Kayla Santiago. Kayla, third time's the charm.
Coach Crispin said that this team is getting way too many opportunities on those second chance points. Majority of their baskets are coming from their offensive rebounds, so they need to stop that. They need to get those rebounds. Guys, this game is not out of reach, but they got to get busy.
Thanks very much, Kayla. And
if I lose,
right with what Coach Crispin had to say, this game's not over. There's plenty of time left. The Profs have clawed their way back into this game multiple times. They got a lead for a short period of time, but then it was taken back by the Gothic Knights. Right now, prime opportunity, Tony. They're at the free throw line again. Just knock these down.
Yeah, they can cut it down. After Sanders misses that first one, he can make the second and cut it down to within 6. And right now, the Gothic Knights lead the Profs in rebounding and have 3 more offensive boards. As what Kayla was saying earlier, what the coach was referring to, they need to stop them offensive rebounding and second chance points.
Knocked down. The second one does Malik Sanders in a 6-point deficit. Packed house here in SB Gymnasium, Tony. I mean, you knew it was probably going to be this way, knowing what the magnitude of this game is and the history between the two teams in recent years. Quadri Moore, jumper no good. Rebound brought down by Sanders. Sanders driving in, layup. No good, but the foul's called on Moore.
Yeah, as long as the Profs can take their time and make their free throws, it's probably the best scenario for them. They can stop the clock, they can hit their free throws, inch their way back into the game while putting more fouls on the opposing team to get them into the bonus themselves.
Malik Sanders now at the line for Rowan once again. See how many he can knock down this time. Knocks down the first, cutting it to 5 points. Foul was on Quadri Moore of the Gothic Knights, his third foul. Senior out of Linden, New Jersey. He's got some history. He's actually a transfer from the University of Cincinnati. Played for the Bearcats at the Division I level and is transferred to New Jersey City for this season. Sanders able to knock down his second free throw. Moore at one point was the number 83 recruit in 2014, according to ESPN.
Some impressive stuff right there, and you know he can play. The moves he's made tonight.
Rebound brought down by Sanders. Profs need to get things to start going their way, and right now it's been doing that over the last minute. Sanders for 3. Got it! And the Profs are within 1 at 79-78. Gothic Knights still lead.
That was big time right there by Sanders, pulling up in his face.
Tony fadeaway jumper, no good. Sanders up the court. Layup, no good, as they're going to say no foul in the play. He just lost control of the ball. Be a turnover.
Almost seems like a heat check right there for Sanders after getting the past couple points. Used the previous possession. A little step back, 3 in the defender's face. Waving to the crowd afterwards, getting the crowd hyped up, bringing them within 1 point.
Both these teams struggling from beyond the arc. Rowan 4 for 22 from 3. 7 for 22 are the Gothic Knights. Only 11 3-pointers between the two teams. Holmes from the corner. Got it. Make it 12 through the two teams and 8 for the Gothic Knights.
It's been a very aggressive, physical game between these two, playing a lot inside.
Sanders kicks it out. Green driving in. Layup. Got it.
Nice bucket right there by Green. His shot hasn't been falling, taking his man off the dribble. Gets the bucket, brings him within 2 now.
82-80. Gothic Knights with the lead. Stolen away. Here's Price. Price almost loses it to Sanders for the lead. Off the rim. Rebound by Price, though, underneath. Ba hands it off to Green. Layup no good. And then he's fouled. And Matt Green should be going to the line for 2. Props in the double bonus.
Here's the play by Matt Green. Little hop step by his man. Gets the easy layup with the right hand off the glass. And now here in this possession, gets fouled after getting the put-back offensive rebound.
Fouls on Denzel Banks, the leading point getter for the Gothic Knights. That's his 4th foul, so now he's on thin ice the rest of the game. We still have just under 4 minutes. And it's a full timeout called by the Gothic Knights, so we're going to take a quick step off. Be back here in just a moment on RowanAthletics.com. Back here inside SB Gymnasium, once again on the beautiful campus of Rowan University. Props trail right now 82-80 to the Gothic Knights, and this one really living up to the hype. It's going down to the wire, and as the Props come out of the timeout, we're going to send it down to our sideline reporter Kayla Santiago once again with some key points that Coach Crispin just made in the timeout. Kayla?
Coach said that we need this. We need to fight through this. Let's work together to get our shots. Let NJCU pick out that constant shooter that they have, but for us, let's spread the ball around, work together, and find a way to win this game. Back to you, Mark.
Thanks, Kayla. As you can tell, the message from Coach Crispin, as simple as it gets. Do what you have to do to win the game, and that's what they're going to try to do. Down by 2 points with just under 4 minutes left to go, 3:52 left in the second half. Matt Green will go to the line. He'll shoot 2 free throws, has the opportunity to tie the game up. Knocks down the first. Matt Green, of course, if you remember last year, the hero in Jersey City, NJAC title game, hit the game-winning 3-pointer late in the game. And Green knocks down the second. We're all tied up, 82 points apiece. Banks still in the game despite having 4 fouls. Can't blame head coach Mark Brown because time is dwindling down in the game. You need your best players out on the court. Holmes hands it to Haddock. Quadri Moore to Haddock from 3. Got it. And a 3-point lead now for the Gothic Knights. Can the Profs answer? Sanders with the slam! Malik Sanders took the open lane and said, thank you very much, I'll take that. Profs only trail by 1.
You know, the next best thing to making a 3 would be that. Getting the crowd up and live and ready for them right now as they play defense on the other end, only down 1.
Green almost pokes that pass away. A 1-point game. Banks, step back jumper blocked away. They have Green on the outlet pass, but Dickerson slows the play down. Honestly, don't mind the decision. Every possession counts right now. Dickerson almost turns it over, gets the loose ball, finds Green as he's falling to the ground. Matt Green, baseline, drives in, layup, got it! Matt Green, the right-handed layup, and the Profs go on top. Can the Gothic Knights answer? They find their best player in Sam Toney, 86-85, underneath, Banks. Shot almost blocked away, and Matt Green has to run all the way down the court because he can't believe they called a foul.
Watching that live, didn't look like there was no foul by Matt Green. But going back to that play, that little scoop layup. Little finesse on it, and he is hype afterwards. Big bucket by Green to get him up by 1 now.
Denzel Banks doing a little bit of everything. 14 points, 7 for 16 from the field with 8 rebounds. Misses the first free throw. So the only thing the Gothic Knights can do with a free throw here from Banks is to tie the game back up. I mean, this is every bit as exciting as we would have thought coming into this afternoon's contest between the two teams.
Yeah, you can't get much better than this for a rematch of a game right now. Potentially a tie game with 2 minutes and 22 seconds left to go. And now it is tied.
Banks knocks it down. We do have a tie game, 86 points apiece. 2:18 left to go in the second half. Which team's going to grind out the victory? We'll have to find out. Price layup, got it! And the foul, he'll go to the line. Jerry Price draws the contact, gets the layup, and has a chance at a 3-point play.
Slows it down, great change of pace. Euro steps by his man, gets the easy finger roll. All smiles here.
Price, though, misses the free throw, so it's still only a 2-point game. Holmes driving in, layup, tie game.
That was too easy given up by the Profs right there. They got to play better defensively.
Ball stays with Rowan as Haddock was all over Green.
Here's the draw right here. Off left hand right there by Holmes, but it was too easy by the Profs.
Ball inbounded, under 2 minutes left to go in the second half. Sanders brings it up the court, underneath, finds Ba, loses control of the ball, and it's going to be a turnover. Gothic Knights will get it back. Rowan calls a timeout. And it's going to be a full timeout. Coach Crispin wanted a 30-second one, but he's all out of those. Full timeout. Take a quick step. I'll be back here in just a moment on RowanAthletics.com.
My favorite emoji is the little, the flirt face, like the, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
the smile.
Oh, definitely the red one with the the tongue sticking out. It's like,
What if it's a fire emoji? I'll just point to my hair.
You know, like the kissy face, but it's not actually blowing the kiss. It's just like that one.
Favorite emoji, and you have to make the face.
It's the sneezing one. I like the sneezing one.
I can't do it. It's the upside down emoji, and I'm not turning upside down, so.
The little smirk, like the that one.
Probably the hard eyes, but I can't really make that.
See, I like the one where you got the glasses on, but I don't got glasses to show it.
Angry emoji.
Back here on the campus of Rowan University inside SB Gymnasium, and out of that all-important timeout, we're going to send it courtside once again to our sideline reporter, Kayla Santiago. Kayla, what Coach Crispin have to say to the boys?
He said that right now we have to lock down on defense. protect the rim with everything you have, and if they get outside shots, we're going to get them right back on the other end. Also, offensively, just sharing the ball, doing what they've been doing. He reiterated that defense is going to win the game. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Kayla. Defense certainly wins championships, and the Profs trying to win it here as a big defensive steal. Jerry Price comes up with the loose ball.
Right on cue, as soon as she said it, steal by Jerry Price, and now he slows it up on offense.
Green, guarded by Holmes, driving in, fakes it, fadeaway jumper, no good. Rebound brought down by Banks, over to Holmes. 1:15 left in the half. Tied at 88 apiece. Holmes has it, guarded by Green. Goes around the screen set by Tony. Oh, pass almost taken away. Haddock to Holmes for three. Got it! And now 91-88. Gothic Knights with the lead. Jerry Price tripped up. Foul called. He'll go the line and shoot two.
Right here on the replay, Holmes wide open from three after they try to gamble on that steal. Now gives the Gothic Knights a 3-point lead with Jerry Price at the line after being fouled on the offensive end.
Jerry Price makes the first of two immensely important free throws. And let's see if he can knock down the other. And he can't. Rebound brought down by Tony. Holmes up the court. We have a timeout on the floor called by head coach Mark Brown of the Gothic Knights. 2-point game. And we'll see what it is. It's a full timeout, so we're going to take another step off. Be right back here on RowanAthletics.com.
In one word, if I had to describe Trifecta Therapeutics, if I had to describe Trifecta in one word, it would be empower. The purpose of Trifecta Therapeutics would be to empower the athletic community. I just really like the population of having active individuals and people who really want to get back, doing whatever they could to get back and want to be part of that process. We want them to feel like this is an environment where they belong and where they're going to get the best possible care. This is a professional environment. They're all working with their doctor, physical therapy, but I want them to be comfortable and fun. Not only do we want to rehab you from your injuries, we want to get you to an optimal place as an athlete. My clients are also they're active, they're hungry, they all want to get back to something. They're focused and they're dedicated. That's a perfect combination. If you really want to be challenged and get to your goals faster, that's why I would say come here.
Back here in SB Gymnasium once again, Mark has to tell you alongside my broadcast partner Tony Fedori. It's crunch time here. Under a minute left to go in the second half. Rowan trails the Gothic Knights of NJCU by a score of 91-89. Gothic Knights were the team that called the timeout. There's 23 left on the shot clock, and they'll have possession. Profs just need to make sure they don't foul. There's no reason to right now.
Plenty of time left on the clock, only down 2 points right now. All they got to do is just play good defense and then take their time on the offensive end and get a good play in.
Ball inbounded to Holmes. Price and Sanders trying to double team him. Holmes gets it off to Tony. Back to Holmes. 14 on the shot clock. 30 now on the game clock. Holmes drives in. Finds Tony. Green bodying up Tony. Fadeaway jumper. No good. And it's saved, and Tony throws it off of Deontay Ba. Goes out of bounds off Ba, and it will stay with the Gothic Knights.
Here's the replay right there. Tony misses it, but then hustles for his own missed shot. Gets there in time, throws it off Ba's leg. You can tell the frustration in their faces on the prop players.
We got a timeout on the floor, but because it's so late in the game, we're just going to keep things here. Don't want to risk missing anything. Right now, Sam Toney on the court. What a clutch play from the big man. I mean, the awareness to keep the ball in play. He knows he's falling out of bounds because his momentum's going to take him back, and he just throws it directly at Deontay Ba in the legs, and it goes out of bounds. They get to keep possession. It's a heads-up play.
Yeah, he's been doing it all offensively all game, and he's been playing less minutes in the second half due to foul trouble. But late in the game, even when he couldn't make his shot, he has a great core awareness to follow up on it, try to get to his ball, and then throw it off one of the prop defenders to maintain possession now. The props are going to have to steal or double team. If not, they're going to need to foul right away.
Sam Toney, 22 points, 8 for 16 from the field. And quite a few rebounds. Toney gets fouled as he's able to get the inbound, and he goes to the line for two of the most important free throws, probably the two most important free throws of the game for either team.
Yeah, none bigger than these two right now. If he makes them both, it makes it a two-possession game, barring a and one three-pointer, which is very unlikely. So very important right now.
Toney knocks down the first. So it's a three-point game. Ryan Legler into the game. Going to take out Matt Green. Obviously, Coach Crispin putting Legler in. He's a sharpshooter. You're going to need a three, especially if Toney misses this free throw. Knocks down the second right through the netting.
They're going to have to move quick here.
93-89. It was poked away and out of bounds. And NJCU now just putting on the pressure. And things are getting even tighter here in Glassboro. Price has to get over half court. 15 on the game clock. Shot clock unplugged. Price, three. No good, but he gets fouled on the shot. He's going to the line for what we assume to be three.
At first glance, it looked like he was just heaving a ball up, but that was a great IQ play, knowing his man was right on him. In this replay, he stops the shoot, and his man is right up on his backside. Doesn't give him any spot to land, so he's going to get 3 free throw attempts.
It's Denzel Banks who got called for the foul. He's done for the game. He's going to have to sit down. This is his 5th foul. He's fouled out, and they are ruling it 3 free throws.
Yeah,
that was best case scenario for this team.
It really was. That was best case scenario they could have. Stopping the clock. Now Jerry just needs to take his time, make all 3, and then once again apply that pressure. He can't commit the turnover, foul quickly.
Well, here's Price. Already a team high 19 points on the night. Misses the free throw. He can still make 2. A 3 really would have helped, because then if Toney would get more free throws down the other end, a 3 would tie the game. But now they're going to need to hope that someone else misses free throws as well. Price knocks down the second, and he's shaking his head because he wishes he could have the first one back. You could see the disgust on his face when he front rimmed the first one. Price to cut it to 2 with 12.4 on the clock. Final free throw, got it. 93-91. Ball inbounded. They got to foul somebody, and they do. And just to add to the drama in case there wasn't enough, the man going to the line for the Gothic Knights, Jeff Haddock, the former Rowan prop and NJCU transfer.
Yeah. Gothic Knights right now are up 2 points. Like you said before, these free throws right here can make it either a 1-possession or 2-possession game. Very important free throws coming up after this timeout.
7.4 on the clock. It's a full timeout called by the profs. Probably going to go through at least 3 different things they could do if somebody misses a free throw where they get the ball at some point, which Jeff Haddock's going to go to the line for the Gothic Knights. And you look at his free throw percentage on the year, he's 4 for 4. So small sample size, but he's made every single one.
They just got to hope now in crunch time. He misses at least 1. 2 would be the ideal scenario. Profs still have a timeout, so they can call it if need be once they get possession to set up an offensive play. But it really comes down to these free throws attempt right here.
We'll have to see what's going to happen. Coach Crispin certainly in that slew of players trying to draw up something. But the buzzer sounds and both teams will come back out onto the court. Once again, 93-91, 7.4 on the clock. NJCU with the lead over the Profs. Jeff Haddock for the Gothic Knights is at the free throw line. He has 2 shot attempts. If he makes both, he may have iced the game. If he only makes 1, the Profs can win it with a 3. And if he makes neither one, the Profs can tie with a 2 and win with a 3 going the other way. Those are your 3 different scenarios. Haddock, first one, can't get it to go. Rims in and out. And this place is feeling it a little bit. Austin Carney checks into the game, and Ryan Legler's out. On the court for the Profs, Malik Sanders, Jerry Price, Austin Carney, Connor Dickerson, and Deontay Ba. Ba obviously in there to get the rebound. There's nobody in the paint for the Gothic Knights. Second free throw's good. 3-point game. And another timeout. 7.4 on the clock.
They're definitely going to draw up a 3-point play right here. And with that timeout, they hopefully can get Ba out and get their team full of shooters into the lineup right now for the Profs.
(94-91). Tony, who do you think the Profs go to right now with this shot? If you had to pick one person out of anybody on the roster, who do you think Coach Crispin's drawing a play up for?
I think you got to go to Jerry Price right now just because he seems like he's the hot hand at the moment. If any one of their shooters, like, Matt Green's been in this moment, if he's in the game, get it to him. Carney, he's been very lethal from deep as well, and he's a good off-ball mover. But my top person would be Jerry Price, and then probably next would be Carney because he's able to move off the ball really well.
Wouldn't be surprised if you saw Austin Carney just trailing up the court. He always finds a way to sneak in at the outside of the perimeter every time the Profs go down in transition.
He has great court awareness and where to be on the court, finding those open spots just for a half a second to get a shot off.
Well, 94-91, buzzer goes off, and we're coming out of the timeout. Profs just had the opportunity to draw up a play. Jeff Haddock only made 1 of his 2 free throws. And Rowan will have the ball under their own basket with 7.4 on the clock. Shot clock unplugged in the second half. Jerry Price will inbound for Rowan. The Gothic Knight bench, the coaching staff is trying to signal to every single player what their responsibilities are going to be, and here we go. Price looking for Sanders, and the pass completely intercepted. And that may do it. Holmes able to intercept. Malik Sanders wasn't even looking Jerry Price's way. And what are they going to say?
Profs will still maintain possession, though.
So they're going to say it went out of bounds off of the Gothic Knights, so they still get another chance. So take 2.
Take 2.
4.8 on the clock. Price gets it. 4 seconds. 3, 2. Price for 3. Can't get it to go, and that's it. Gothic Knights steal one away from the Profs on the road here in Glassboro. Final score 94-91. A heartbreaking loss for the Profs. They were in it all game long. Couldn't get over the hump for a majority of the game. They were trailing. They finally got on top, but NJCU wouldn't go away. And the Gothic Knights walk out of Glassboro with a 94-91 victory over your Rowan University Profs.
Yeah, that was just tough defeat by the Profs right there, losing by 3 points. You know, they really came on in that second half, brought it back, had leads at certain times, but they just weren't able to finish. I think it really came down to the free throw shooting. They shot 28 of 41. That's 13 missed attempts right there. And the three-point shooting as well, going 5 for 24 from deep. Those numbers are too low for them to be able to expect to win against good teams like NJCU.
Then NJCU came in here and got the victory over the Profs. So the Profs now fall to 3-3 on the year, 1-2 in the conference. New Jersey City goes to 4-3, 2-1 in the conference, and stay undefeated on the road at 2-0. Points leader to end the game for the Gothic Knights is Sam Toney. For the Profs, Jerry Price. Unfortunately, Jerry Price got a look at the end of the game, but couldn't knock down the game-tying three as time expired. And the Profs fall by a score of 94-91. So with all that being said, thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Mark Etchtelli from our broadcast partner, Tony Fedori. Thanks so much for